All right. Good morning, traders. This is the morning brief. It is February, not February. Oh my god. It's totally March. Man, I gotta start drinking coffee like right when I get up. I usually don't have time, being on the West Coast because the market opens at 6:30 here. So in order for me to get up and actually do my homework and get coffee, I'd be getting up at God, I don't even know what time, 4:30 or something. And yeah, that's not gonna happen. You're just gonna have to deal with my crazy half-tired antics. In any event, the S&P is looking pretty interesting here. Let me take a look. Get me take this camera. Okay. So sorry, one second. I've got a position on. I'm long actually as we speak from this point right here. I'm gonna hold on to this thing because this is looking really strong. Yesterday we put in a really fat buying tail down here. Yes, futures as always. We've got yesterday's regular trading hours here in the orange and red. And let me cut this position because I'm up 8. Okay. So this is the overnight session so far, and it's looking really bullish. That being said, though, we are opening up in yesterday's range, which typically favors more of a rotational day. However, the brighter areas right here is yesterday's value area, and we are approaching yesterday's value area high right now. So we punch all the way through value area high, then the likelihood of us trading all the way through yesterday's range is a lot higher, I would say. So right now my bias is neutral long. Anything could happen up here. I mean, obviously, the people that shorted in this area did so with a great deal of strength, but we'll just kind of have to play it by ear here. Um, the key levels that we have are going to be let's see, we got Wednesday's low right about in this area. I'm gonna mark this right here. Wednesday's low right at 38.20 approximately, less. And then of course yesterday's high up here at 38.40. And all the other indexes are pretty much following suit right now. We've got the Dow over here, right? Okay, so here is the Nasdaq. You guys on YouTube on the top left, and the Russell the top right. All the index bias today, basically. I'd ride this thing back up into yesterday's highs of yesterday's range and to see what happens here. Um, Non-farm payrolls came out really bullish, like 150K expected, and we got I think like 430 um out right here. So the unemployment rate also came out slightly lower than forecast, so that's excellent. Non-farm payrolls, excuse me, we got 379,000 versus 182 forecast. That's really good for the month of February. And we have the federal budget being released today. So those are the important ones. The unemployment came out bullish, non-farm payroll came out bullish. So overall, yeah, I would imagine those the people that trade off of fundamentals are much more likely to get long on a day like today. So anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Sorry, I'm switching between screens here. Like I said, primarily long biased and looking for us to retest. I would say Wednesday's low followed by Wednesday's low followed by yesterday's high up at 38.42. That's what I got for you guys. right now. I'm pretty much just kind of watching um, S here. So you can see on the market depth map, there's a fair amount of events up here at 30.04 to '06, and a fair amount of sell volume coming in. So um, that being said, though, Delta is very, very strong. So this meter right here shows my delta, just the plain difference between the market buy orders and sell orders. And then this one shows the volume, the difference in volume on the upticks versus downticks. So you can think of this one as buying pressure, and then this one is just the difference in the level of aggression, basically. So I always like to look at the differences between these two because it can help inform you in terms of like absorption. So like although the sellers are putting in a decent amount of volume here, they're getting rapidly absorbed. Like none of this volume is leading to any downward momentum basically. So and as you can see, we just broke through the area, big volume, and we got a lot of blue diamond sales tracking the market orders here. So dang, would have left my long on. I think. So yeah, like I said, looking really big out there is putting on some pretty substantial size. Um, I mean, we're still in the overnight session, and we're Delta's at net 7,000 contracts, which is pretty substantial for the overnight sessions. All right, guys. Well, we got 20 minutes till the open. Also exciting news. I'm getting a stream deck today, so that will help to my production value and not fumbling around between screens and whatnot. Talked about that. Does anybody have any positions or questions they would like some feedback on? Not, we can just kind of run through some of the typical stocks that I look at and check for some setups here. Yeah, this thing is really bullish. Surprised if we make it all the way up to yesterday's high here in the first hour of trading. All right, well, let's run through some stocks here really fast and try to find some decent setups for the day. So, look, notice GameStop's up 6% here. Maybe that, on that, maybe that was yesterday's figure. Got on GameStop here is like that's where we closed at 1.131 and opening down just a smidge in pre-market. Get my Epic pen out really fast. ELTR, you got it. Okay, so yeah, GameStop is opening down just a smidge, but I mean, as long as this high volume node right here holds, it should be fine. Because basically with this high volume node, you know that people are positioned here. So essentially, if it comes back and bounces to retest this area, everybody that bought in here is going to buy again here and this position, and we should be able to get a bounce. So a retrace to this high volume node might actually be a pretty good entry. All right, let's look at Palantir. So Palantir was a little wily yesterday, just very big swings in both directions. We're opening up right here at 24.67, and I always try to avoid trades like this. I mean, yes, it may get bullish if it's highly correlated with the S&P, but you've got strength up here, you've got strength down here. So somebody's got to lose before this thing is gonna get any real volatility. Um, So yeah, it's just right now it's a little bit of a mess. Like I said, if it's highly correlated with the S&P, it'll probably trade with the indexes, I would imagine, and you might get a break into the volume node area. But yeah, right now it's just like I said, you've got strength in both directions. It's just damn, right, blockchain got hit hard yesterday. This is Riot blockchain right here. We do nice support level right at this level around 4084. Um no, I think the S&P is definitely going to be green today. Yeah, if we look at let me pull up the futures chart again here real fast. So these are the futures S&P. And here's the overnight session so far, and you can look at the bullishness right here. I would imagine this is probably when the non-farm payrolls number was released. This really strong spike, and we're you know right at yesterday's value area high. So I think the likelihood that we trade through yesterday's range is pretty substantial today. So that's kind of I'm definitely long biased. All right, so Riot's right at the bottom of this demand zone down here, though. I haven't looked at Bitcoin or anything in the past couple days, but this might be a good long entry. There is a trend line coming down from here, and we're opening basically right at that trend line. So what I would be looking for is a break above this level. See what happens when we retest $48. And if we can get above 48, I would imagine we'll definitely trade up to this point in control right here. At $52. So, and you can see that this low, it failed to take out the previous low by just a bit, which is definitely it shows weakness on behalf of the sellers. Could be a good kind of trading range entry here. All right. Anybody else have anything they want me to check? Otherwise, we'll probably wrap it up here early today because I want to get back in long on the S&P here. This thing is looking really good. All right, going once, going twice. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here early today. Like I said, the S&P is looking really, really strong. So, if you have any long-term plays that you have been looking at, this could be a great entry point. Just because, we're fairly sold off. If I have a 4-hour, got a 15-minute. So, like I said, we've dropped quite a bit, and we're able to break through this high, yesterday's high. In all likelihood, will trade all the way back up to 3,900. So, like I said, everybody that shorted in here, and I would imagine stops are getting hit as we push up through in yesterday's range. So, might be a good. It could be the beginning of a new bull trend, is all I'm saying. But all right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up for today. Thanks again so much for joining me. I will be back on Monday. And like I said, if you didn't see the news, non-farm payrolls, the the numbers came out much higher than expected. 379K versus 182K forecast. And the unemployment rate also came down 6.2% versus 3. And don't forget, we have the federal budget today as well. So that could certainly create some waves depending on what the outlook is inflation wise. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks again so much for joining me. I'll be back on Monday. Good luck with your trades today, and we will talk to you soon.